Pride is rarely obvious. It does not always look like arrogance. It does not always speak loudly. It often feels calm, reasonable, even justified. In Scripture, pride is not introduced as an attitude problem. It is revealed as a relational shift, a subtle movement away from God, not through rebellion, but through elevation. Pride is not first about thinking too highly of oneself. It is about no longer standing where one belongs. The Bible consistently presents pride as distance. Distance from truth, distance from dependence, distance from reality as it actually is. Lucifer does not shout his rebellion. He says, quietly, inwardly, I will ascend. Pride begins the moment where I am no longer feels acceptable. It is not anger, it is discomfort with position. Adam and Eve do not fall because they desire evil. They fall because dependence begins to feel limiting. You will be like God, knowing. The temptation is not pleasure, it is self-reference, the suggestion that receiving is inferior to deciding, that trust is weaker than control. The moment they reach outward, clarity collapses inward. Pride does not expand vision, it fractures it. One of the most dangerous effects of pride in Scripture is not immorality, but confidence without sight. Blindness does not arrive as darkness, it arrives as certainty. Pharaoh sees the signs. He experiences undeniable power. Yet Scripture repeats, his heart was hardened. Not because he lacked information, but because he resisted surrender. Pride does not make a person ignorant, it makes them unreachable. Scripture says plainly, God resists the proud. This resistance is not aggression, not punishment, not rejection. It is non-cooperation. God does not move against pride with force. He simply does not support it. This is why the proud often feel blocked, frustrated, spiritually dry, not abandoned, but unsupported in a direction that leads away from truth. Resistance is not hostility, it is boundary. Nebuchadnezzar does not deny God, he simply forgets him. Is this not the great Babylon I have built? Pride here is attribution, success without remembrance. And Scripture shows the consequence: loss of groundedness, loss of clarity, loss of identity. Pride does not merely offend God, it destabilizes the self. Reality itself becomes distorted. Now pride reaches its most deceptive form. Not rebellion, not disobedience, but spiritual correctness. The Pharisee thanks God, yet speaks only of himself. I fast, I give, I am not like others. Nothing he says is false, but everything is misaligned. Pride does not require sin, only comparison, and comparison always produces blindness. Humility in Scripture is not humiliation, it is nearness, near to truth, near to God, near to reality. The tax collector says almost nothing, no defense, no explanation, no positioning. And Scripture says, he leaves justified. Humility is not self-criticism, it is non-resistance to truth. When we look at Jesus Christ, we do not see pride corrected, we see it absent. He does not cling to status, he does not protect reputation, he does not preserve image. He washes feet, accepts misunderstanding, remains silent under accusation. This is not weakness. This is vision unobstructed by self-reference. Where pride blinds, humility sees. Scripture does not treat pride as a personality flaw. It treats it as distance, distance that produces resistance, resistance that produces blindness. And humility is not self-lowering for its own sake. It is the return to position, the return to nearness, the return of sight. God does not need to crush pride. He simply waits for the heart to step back into truth. And when it does, nothing else needs to be forced. Wherever you are right now, may you rest in the patience of God. Nothing about your life is hidden from Him. Nothing is wasted. This is Sacred Rhythms. You are not alone.